So these two guys are going to play.
They're going to play hole 11, which is white dogwood, which is a par 4. They're playing for the member tees, not the Masters tees. Masters tees are back here. So Jason is a relatively long hitter, and when you're at Amen Corner at Augusta, you're thinking I have to play pretty conservative in order to not blow up. But it turns out that's not the best strategy for him on this hole, and the reason is with his driver, he's a relatively long hitter, and this is a big downhill, right? So he's going to hit his expected distance is 285 on this hole with the decline. So 273 average with his driver. We think he'll land at about 285, right? Now at 285 yards out from the tee, the fairway gets wider, and it also turns to the right. Now his big miss is right. He is twice as likely to miss right as he is to miss left with his driver.
And you know that because of
his data. Exactly. We know his data. So he's normally about a 40% chance of hitting a fairway on average. But on this fairway, because it's wider and because it turns right, that 40% actually turns into about a 55% chance of hitting this fairway. Right? Now, if he was to take what you would think would be, take a three hybrid out of the bag and hit that because that's a more conservative play. It's actually not a more conservative play for him because he'd end up in a narrower part of the fairway, and he'll be at about 42% with his three hybrid.
Okay. And you change that just by?
I was just tapping here.
Tapping down here, so you can change with alternate paths. Okay.
Right, exactly. So with that driving path, the other thing that it does is it sets him up at his most comfortable approach distance, which is his 56 degree. So he has a 72% chance of hitting that green, and we know that most users or most players at Augusta who are playing this hole avoid that water like a plague, so they all bail out to the right. So he's the other 30% is going to be probably around this area, which is why he's got kind of a higher percentage chance of being in that sand trap than he does to be in this water.
And if he went back here and tried to hit a 7-iron in,
right? So the 7-iron, he has about a 46% chance of being in that of hitting the green, but his chance of being in the water went from 2%, 2.3% up to 8.7%.
So it's about a 40% increase.
Right, exactly. And so for him,
otherwise he may likely bail out down here and have to pull a Larry Mons.
Right, exactly. So for him, the safest play, it turns out, is actually the aggressive path off the tee. Take the driver out of the bag, play that.
Now, how does the golfer access this? Is he playing this out while he's playing, or can he do it before he plays and just write it down and keep it?
So the first step in this, and this is like the first inning in a 9-inning game. This is a multi-year project for us. The first step of this is the course analyzer, which will be kind of analysis of a course pre-round or analysis of your play versus optimal strategy post-round to see where you made your mistakes, where you can improve. But the other great use of it is vacations. You're going to play a golf course you've never played before. You can see what your game looks like from the back tees, from the front tees, whatever, on this golf course, and then you can kind of plan out your day before you even get to a course you've never seen before.
Just be on golf carts?
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
That would be very cool.
Wait, off the record, can I be on golf carts?
Yeah, I mean, it could. We don't have any integration with golf carts at the moment. But yeah, I mean, the world's just getting more integrated and more connected, so I don't see why not.
That's the first thing that jumped into my mind if I run a resort.
Sure.
And I got people coming from all over. This first time we played.
Log in with your Arcos account on your golf cart.
Yeah.
Tells you how to play the course.
And for guys who don't do it, it's a marketing opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So for our other user, Frank Azzarello, his strategy on the same hole is actually going to be quite different. Because if he takes driver, he has a decent chance of hitting the fairway. But that leaves him at a really uncomfortable approach distance for him. Leaves him at his 5-wood, which his miss is short and left. He's actually 5 times more likely to end up in that water hazard than he is to end up on the green.
Oh yeah, like 32% to 6.4%. Wow.
And that's borne out in his data. This is not a good approach club for him. So his optimal strategy is not to go for the green in 2, right? What he should be doing is he should be playing 3-wood, which is his highest percentage club in the fairway. Then lay up with a 4 hybrid. He's got this huge bailout area, and then rely on his short game, which is the strongest part of his game, to get himself up and down. And doing that, he's saving 0.6 strokes. So we basically use strokes gain methodology to calculate, what we think, each of these strokes is going to cost him. And, this is going to be a 4.9. That's going to be a 5.5.
So if he's flirting with double bogey going one way,
Absolutely.
he's got a better than decent shot at a par. Depending on the short game, which you said is a strength.
Exactly. So he could get up and down. He often does. But, on average, he's going to be just shy of bogey on a very difficult hole in a very difficult course, which is good for a 13.2 handicap.
Yeah. And when you hit the ball about 200 yards off the tee.
Exactly.